Russian leader Vladimir Putin has yet again issued a stern warning to the West, and this time it was nuclear. In a televised address to the nation, Putin said, "If the territorial integrity of our country is threatened, we will without doubt use all available means to protect Russia and our people. This is not a bluff." Putin further added, "Those who try to blackmail us with nuclear weapons should know that the weathervane can turn and point towards them." This came as Putin ordered the mobilization of hundreds of thousands of Russians to fight in Ukraine on Wednesday. Now, the question is, why would Putin issue a nuclear threat to the West? You are watching India's World. We cover geopolitics. Consider subscribing our channel for more interesting videos. Well, it seems like the Kremlin is taken aback by Ukraine's counteroffensive in the Kharkiv region. By partially mobilizing Russia, Putin is actually creating a parallel Russian reserve army to take care of the Ukrainian special military operations. Russia has asked its prisoners, along with foreign nationals, to fight its war against Ukraine. This shows that Russia is actually dealing with a human resource shortage problem. Russia's state-backed broadcaster RT has acknowledged the death of 6,000 Russian servicemen in the Ukraine war. The actual toll could be way higher. For the first time, it looks like Russia is dealing from a position of weakness. Then there are also fears of political instability setting in. Sky News reported that there was a real possibility of a deadly coup in Russia. Well, it is understandable. After all, it is the military that has to suffer great losses. Given the epic humiliation that Russian troops seem to have experienced in Ukraine, it is highly likely that Putin's adversaries in the Russian armed forces may try to wage a coup against him, just like Operation Valkyrie that Hitler's rivals had launched in a bid to kill him and take over the Nazi Party. Operation Valkyrie was a result of Hitler's failed invasion attempt of the USSR. Now, an Operation Valkyrie 2.0 could be on the horizon. So, that is the reason why Putin might act like a despot. If Putin feels worried, if Putin feels humiliated, if Putin feels disrespected, he might resort to turning this war into a nuclear Armageddon. So around 3 months back, when French President Emmanuel Macron said that EU should refrain from humiliating Putin, he actually had a point. Macron truly stands for peace in Europe, and he knows it can only be achieved by taking Putin in confidence. Whether you like it or not, Putin has to be engaged diplomatically as well as economically if Europe is to be pulled out of the energy crisis it currently finds itself in. Since Russia has already started withdrawing from parts of occupied Ukraine, it is high time Kyiv offers a peace deal to Moscow. Kyiv and Moscow should reach a ceasefire as soon as possible to keep EU or Europe afloat. Frankly speaking, Russia's recent military setbacks in Ukraine should not be celebrated by the West. Instead, they must set the alarm bells ringing, since Putin might now go to any length to save his face. Ukraine must be encouraged by EU to hammer out a peace deal with Russia and relinquish its control over Donbas and Luhansk region once and for all. Believe me, it is for peace. That is the only way forward for peace in the region and stability in the European Union.